Buenos dias, bonjour. O ginki desu ka? Ni hao ma? Guten Tag. God morgen. Dobre o. So I've been sort of trying to decide on opening my heart to be inspired on what to create a video. And I've been sort of in this sort of just blase, sort of a middle of the road, sort of a funk, mental funk, even after one cup of Folgers coffee, instant and adequately heated. And so anyway, I just logged into my Facebook and I forgot that I made this post in this one particular group last night when I was trying to wind down and go to bed, and I went there and looked. I had a notification, and it's hilarious. So I figured I'd share that, because really where I was headed to with this whole, idea for a video offering was, something to do with the ego, and learning how to free oneself from the constraints of the ego, which is really the third dimension, how I understand it, the left brain. So anyway, I made this post last night, and it's somewhat relative, but this group is this Cordian society, and it's a group of very, from my experience, which I've been active in this group lately, posting, and very creative individuals. Anyway, so I made this post last night, and I forgot about it, and I logged in. Anyway, here's the post. It says, "Let's create a new religion method. It will be very simple and not complex. Let's call it Be Good, the Be Good religion method." It's not really a religion, actually. Any religion, sort of any religion on this planet. I guess I was kind of tired. I wasn't really, some typos here. It doesn't flow as great as I hope. It says, "With no offense to any religion, all religions are human-made. Humans who mainly visited the origin of the endless energy light source. Source, you touched upon source. And so many times, these people who have touched upon the endless energy light source and wrote for you high concepts, you can also visit that area, touch source yourself, and you can also write your own book. Then it's up to people to believe or not this or that book. So we are going to stick to the Be Good religion method. It's simple. It's a simple religion consisting of two words only. Now, some of you might say, what do you mean by saying be good? Well, as it sounds, just be good. Our intuition knows exactly how we should be or act in order to be good. Yes, it is hardwired in us. We know we have an innate guidance about what is wholesome and good, and it's generally pretty obvious when we're left to our own devices and don't have a digital matrix or artificial intelligence hive mind to invert such notions of what it means to be good. So anyway, and then I posted a little goofy little picture of myself that I took to be kind of religious. And then, so the comments on this are pretty funny. It says, "Where are the admins? Who is this loser?" And someone's like, "All hail, good God." There's little B. And I guess the moderator, the admin, says, "I'm careless." Without. Anyway, so that's a lesson in, I think, in, kind of having a little fun and going beyond your ego. There's not beholden. If you're always self-analyzing and you're your own press agent, so to speak. You're monitoring. Oh man, I don't want to say that, or oh, I don't want to do that, or because you're sensitive, or you're always mindful of how you're going to be perceived, and thus self-censorship. So oftentimes humor and going beyond the self is achieved by kind of just doing things out of the ordinary. But you have to live with yourself, and it all provides fertile ground for transcendence of the ego. And I also want to make special mention to frequency attack, to a Egyptian deity that I'm fond of or resonate with is Sekhmet, and is a lion-headed goddess. And I want to share my thoughts on the relations between men and women, I guess, or any relations that involve emotions and love and ego. And there's a story that it involves a wedding, at a Hindu wedding. And oftentimes in certain cultures, and in particular in the Hindu traditional sort of wedding ways they did things, they were arranged marriages. And so you would have a young couple who had never seen each other, or much less spent any time with one another, who, because their families had gotten together, and the families decided, well, I think this daughter with this son, this match would be, and it wasn't any, any kind of sensitivity or mindfulness towards the man and the woman being married, but it was more, other factors. So anyway, you would have a man and a woman married, and they never saw each other until the day they were married. And so there's a story that goes along with one of those type of traditional Hindu arranged marriages, where I guess the couple, they were pleased with each other's appearance, and they were kind of like on the day of their wedding, which they had never met, and they were getting along and laughing, and someone pointed out, oh, look how happy they are, and then another person who was a sage, like one of their gurus, said, oh no, give them about 50 years. And then at that point, their egos, they will have worn each other's egos down. Life will have worn through the many experiences of life, and then their interactions, and being, mindful and beholden to the lessons of love. Oftentimes, you have to transcend the ego, which the ego is nothing but a trap and a prison for the third dimension, when you have this dimension of absolutes, good and evil, and such, bad, right and wrong. So anyway, the ego, and oftentimes, and I can just my own personal experience, I can share. Distinctly remember the first time I ever had a crush or feelings for in a relationship, and I can remember just wondering at myself, like, because I had went from like being in total control and just, I guess playing with my little GI Joe soldiers and whatever, and to, man, just being felt like lost and all. And it was like, it was my first experience of emotions and being in love and not in control. And that is generally the journey of the ego, the journey of learning how to transcend the illusions of the ego and just operate from the heart, and approach life through the heart. And ultimately, that's where the true power of magic lies, is when we're able to transcend the ego, unite the brain electricity with the heart magnetism of the heart emotions, and create true magic, which has nothing to do with these limitations of the ego. So, namaste, namaskaram.